Mess this up.
No, you're not. You got it this time.
Go.
Good afternoon. I'm Doris Hall James,
And I'm Gilbert Lomax Jr.
and we're here today. We're here today to welcome you to the first International R&B Music Day celebration.
Yes, it's a great celebration, a
Yes, it
great day,
is.
and Doris Hall
Yes.
James with Simply Music went out and invited a lot of local artists to give their opinions and express their opinions
Yes.
on this day and how they feel about it. Because there were so many of them that she brought in, I didn't want to make it all, we didn't want to make it one long video for you.
Yes.
So we broke it up into episodes. That way you can pick and choose which one that you want to see. And
we want to thank you for your support. You've supported us, and we really needed that support, and we thank you for that. Now, what we would like for you to do is now sit back and enjoy. This is R&B Day. Sit back and just enjoy, because the best is up next.
yes, it is.
Hello, everyone. My name is Talmadge Conway. I'm a writer, arranger, producer, artist, vocalist, keyboard player since about 1960. And first group I worked with was the Butlers. And Frankie Beverly was the lead vocalist. Frankie Beverly was 15 when we took that picture. He's in the center of the group, but you may know him better as Frankie Beverly from Frankie Beverly and Maze. He's now famous for his R&B songs, and he's got his name on the streets of Philadelphia on what they call the Walk of Fame. John Fitch is on the far left front. He was 17 at that time, and he was the group's first tenor. But he became famous for his writing of the song Shame, sung by Evelyn Champagne King. Joe Collins is on the far right front. He was 16 years old and the group's bass singer. He also learned how to play the bass and became Chubby Checker's bass player after the group broke up. Sonny Nicholson, 16 years old, in the back on the right. He was the group's second tenor. After the group broke up, he sort of faded from the music scene altogether. Last but not least, yours truly. I'm on the left behind John. I was baritone singer for the Butlers. After the group broke up, I continued my musical career in the R&B genre. I consider the Butlers to be the prototype to Boys to Men. My roots are in R&B music. I started out in R&B, playing in all of the clubs in Philadelphia. And fortunately, went on to work with some of the premier artists, such as the Spinners. The legendary Tom Bell was the producer for the Spinners for Atlantic Records. The first album I got a chance to write for was titled Pick of the Litter. T-Life, Phil Terry, and I wrote a song called All That Glitters Ain't Gold, and it went RIAA certified gold. The next album we worked on was Happiness is Being with the Spinners, and we wrote the song titled Now That We're Together, which also went gold, and it became the flip side of the big R&B single Rubber Band Man, which meant we got paid too. I also worked on the Tramp's platinum album titled Disco Inferno as a writer, arranger, producer, and musician. I wrote for the group called New York City, who recorded on Chelsea Records, and their album went gold also. Double Exposure, recorded on South Soul Records, went gold and was the first 12-inch disc ever made. I wrote the hit songs 10% and My Love Is Free. I was also an arranger on Barry Manilow's album titled Trying to Get the Feeling on Atco Records, which was a subsidiary of Atlantic. It went triple platinum. I also got a chance to work with some of my favorite artists, like the Dells, Ben E. King, the Manhattans, the Ebonies, the Temptations, the OJs, pretty much Blue Notes, Ebonies, some of the premier groups that came out of Philly. You know, I've even worked with Chubby Checker, Dee Dee Sharp, working for Cameo Parkway before I got with what they call the Philadelphia Sound. You know, it's been quite an experience. There are two sides. There's been a lot of good that I've enjoyed. It's been a learning experience doing the R&B, and I'm so glad to find out that somebody is interested in going forward with a R&B day, something that is really needed. Thank you so much, all the people that is involved in coming together and doing something meaningful to my generation and even the generation that went before me and the generation that's the next generation. And we just very thankful that you've come together on this meaningful situation, R&B Day. And tell you a little something about myself. I've been a part of 4 gold albums, the Tramps, 2 on the Spinners, 1 on a group called Double Exposure, and a triple platinum on a Barry Manilow CD. Well, that's kind of like pop, but still, I'm just telling you who I am and what I've experienced. 1 gold 45, wrote the first 12-inch disc on a song called 10%, and I've well over 100 published songs. So I've been around a long time in the R&B business, and it is with great pleasure that I get a chance maybe to introduce you to some of the songs that I've done and some of the songs that I'm doing now. For instance, we just did a release for this era right now, this Valentine's Day, the February 14th. And I'm going to try to figure out a way to let you see some of that, and I hope you like it. And some of the other things that I've done. And again, thank you so much for thinking about us, giving us a day. We are unsung. Nobody knows who we are unless the people like yourself will show us some love and appreciation, and we thank you for it. Thank you so much. Bless you.
Good evening. My name is Ken Miller of the Instant Funk Band. I'd like to first thank those who were responsible for having this R&B Day event, and allowing me to just say a few words. I promise that I won't be long. I'll try to get to the point. Excuse me. In my career, I have played with Lou Rawls, the OJs, Manhattans, Evelyn King, both her first two albums, Johnny Nash, Dexter Wansell for his Life on Mars album. I worked with McFadden and Whitehead on the Archie Bell albums, the Soul City Walking LP. I worked with the great and late Mr. Bunny Sigler on multiple tracks. I've worked down Philly International along with Gamble and Huff. I've done some work with the Isley Brothers. I've done some work with David Bowie, Rod Stewart, and Mr. T. Life out of Philadelphia, South Shore Commission, and I also have a couple albums on the Studio Fit 54 tracks. I've toured with some of everybody, and I just want to put my 2 cents in to what R&B means. R&B means everything to me, for that was the basis of me wanting to be a musician, a songwriter, and what have you. R&B has a life. It has a pulse. It breathes. It has a heartbeat. It connects with our souls. It allows us to express ourselves in many different ways. It allows us to write songs about love, hate, progression, all different kinds of moods that we fall into. Tell you a little short story about R&B. I don't know, I guess I must have been about 13, 14 years old. I remember walking home through our downtown area. My hometown is Trenton, New Jersey. And I was coming past this movie theater. And as I was coming by, this long white limousine pulls up. And in the midst of my amazement, because I didn't know who was in the car or what have you, so I'm standing there in shock because, curiosity. First of all, I want to know who's in it. Door swings open, and lo and behold, Mr. Wilson Pickett. He jumps out the car, and he sees us standing there because we were in shock. We didn't know what to say. And he says, "Hey, son, how are you? My name is Wilson Pickett." And of course, I said, "Sir, I know who you are." And he goes in his pocket, comes out with a couple tickets. He hands them to me and said, "Why don't you ask your parents to bring you back to the show tonight?" I was so impressed and I was so honored that I ran all the way home. Long story short, my grandfather brought me back down to the show. They were great seats. We were right up in the front. And the show was so amazing to me. The horn players, the background singers, the rhythm section, the drums, the bass player, and Wilson Pickett was just on fire then, and I was just so impressed and so eager to want to be what I saw on stage. If it wasn't for that day or that moment, I don't think I would have ventured down this road or this occupation. But I'm thankful to him and many others that I listened to over the years, like the James Browns and what's his name, Jackie Wilson and all these great artists from our past. So R&B is the catalyst of who we are. Without R&B, we are no more. So we must teach the youth about music, R&B. And speaking of that, there's a lot of other music genres that base themselves from R&B, like the early, like rock and roll and things like that. We had, like many artists that copied James Brown, that copied Little Richard and things of that nature, that branched off into the pop and the like rock and roll songs of that we hear today still. R&B songs are being sampled left and right. So there is something to it, and we must keep it going. So in this event, you're going to hear from other artists, from other writers, from other producers that know what they're talking about. We're all trying to keep R&B alive, and we're so thankful for this event and the chance to put it out there. So in the midst of all of this, I say keep listening to R&B, keep writing those songs. Who knows? You could be the next one. God bless you. Thank you.
Good afternoon. We're back again with the awesome Marcy Francis. Hi, Marcy. How are you?
Well, hello. How are you? Oh,
good.
One love, my sister.
And I love you too.
Yes.
Marcy is here with us today, and she's done so many things. And when we talk about R&B, we can't leave Marcy Francis out. She has to be able to give her input of how it started and how it's continuing to move her through her musical journey. She's played with the Jonesettes. She's played with
Miss Lady Fingers of Soul. That's who I am.
And then she's played with Better Days. So I'm going to turn this over to Marcy. You take it from here, Marcy.
Well, I started the R&B with the singing group, the Jonesettes. Sylvia Jones, Vivian Jones, and Karen Jones, rest her soul in peace. I started playing bass with those wonderful singers. And then after they disbanded, I kept the band. And the band was Toby Wright and Cheese Hansen and my drummer and Paul McRae, and they all have rested in peace.
Oh God, yeah.
Yes, along with Karen Jones. But along with that, when I had the band, I started playing some funk. I loved R&B, just playing funk. And then after that, also the booking agent, Jean Francis, was booking the Jonesettes, and I asked her, I said, listen, when I get an all-girls band, would you start booking us? She says, yeah, right. Women get along enough? Women to get along enough to play together?
That's a good question.
I said, yes. So, well, I found the girls, and they were just coming out of high school, Lorraine Horton and Lois Harvin and Tina Woodrick. And we had a lovely gathering of us women playing together. So eventually, when I got the girls together, I says, what we're going to have to do, we're going to have to meditate and pray. Mm-hmm. We prayed every day. We fasted every Wednesday. And at my apartment, on my wall, I would have a map, and I would just imagine ourselves traveling around the world, being the first all-girls Black band to travel around the world, sending love to this whole world. Well, I asked the booking agency, what do we need to do? Because Bob Hope has retired, and we would like to have something Black and unique to represent America. I said, so what do we have to do? She says, well, you need all the categories of the song. So I went and got the book of all the hits. And she said, well, you're going to have to do country and Western too. I said, oh, I yodel, 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 yodel. She says, well, I think, and we do jazz. Somewhere there's music, how high the moon. So we did funk. I'm winning. Doom, ba-doom, ba-doom, ba-doom. So we did all kinds of music. And from that, we went for the test. And also, when we would meditate on Wednesdays, I would always visualize going to the Caribbean because my father's people is from Antigua. And I always wanted to go and experience the Caribbean islands. Well, we'd always see, oh, look at the beautiful palm trees and the blue water and the sun. Oh, I see myself in the tropics. Okay. Years later, the agent called and said, Miss Marcy, we have something, USO shows. Yeah. And the first thing is to the Caribbean islands. I said, oh, really? Mm-hmm. Well, we went and we passed the test and we went to the Caribbean islands. Every island that we went to, Puerto Rico, Cuba, Guantanamo Bay, I can just go on and on. And we went to Antigua and I met my father's people. So this is what I like to say to everyone. Prayer, yes. Prayer, this is what we need today in this world, is prayer, loving yourself, becoming the magnetism of love. And this is what I would have to say to my girls. Every day in every way, things in our lives and things in my life is getting better and better. And I rejoice because of it. And so it is. I am so grateful for this music that God has given me because I self-taught myself how to play bass. I used to work for Social Security and they used to call me all kind of names because I love everybody. And I would always hug everybody, the black and the white and all that. And from that, I said, you know what? I can't get out of this hating thing, but I love everyone. I start scribbling on my desk at break time, a circle here, a circle there. But then it was a drum. I drew a bass guitar. I said, oh, I'm going to be a bass player. And I drew a guitar. I drew congas. I drew piano. I drew microphone. And I says, I'm going to have an all-girls band. It's great. And that's where it started. And I met these girls out of high school. And I said, listen, let's do this. You want to play with me? We said, yes, yes, yes. So we just practiced every day. Mm-hmm. We practiced every day.
Marcy, go ahead. Go ahead.
And we fasted. And that's just the past now. We've done all of that. Yes.
Now, you did some recording with Better Days, right? Was there any recordings you did that we could look back at?
No, we didn't do any recordings. No.
No, any recordings?
No. We recorded, but it's nothing out.
Okay, well, this is, so when you're performing, and I've seen you perform, you do a lot of cover songs, right?
Yes.
Okay, a lot of cover songs, R&B. So what do you think of this R&B National Celebration Day for our music that we have been awarded March 5th? Are you excited about this?
I am ecstatic. I am so excited because this world needs funk. They need R&B, R&B music, because it comes from the soul.
Yes.
It comes from the heart, the head, the soul, and the body. Mm-hmm. It makes you feel good all over. Yes. And the R&B makes you love each other. That's why I love R&B. Yeah. It's nothing but love.
Yes. And I've watched you play, and I mean, you really a funky bass player. Yes. I think I told you about a girl that I've been in many vocal groups when I was young, and she could play that bass. And she's not playing now. And she's moved all over, but she's played with a lot of people, but she's not playing now. And I said, her name is Reba. I said, Reba, you're not playing that funky bass. Wow. And I said, when you come to Philadelphia, I want you to meet another funky bass player. You know, that's going to be you.
Yes.
You know, currently she's in Arlington, Virginia. Mm-hmm. She just moved up here from Las Vegas. So hopefully she'll come.
Yes.
Yeah, yes. And you'll meet her. But in the meantime, we want to just follow you through your musical journey and stay connected.
Yes.
And see all the good things that you're doing, because you are doing a lot of great things. But one of the questions people are asking is that how can we keep R&B afloat? how can we keep that as being just as popular as rock, gospel, jazz? What can we do to keep that afloat? Or what are you doing to keep it afloat? Let's put it that way.
Well, for me, I just turned 78 years old.
Okay.
And I think the youth really need to know what good funk music is all about. And we need to bring oldies back ahead.
Yeah.
Our oldies and all our old musicians, in which I know, we need to come out and bring it and teach the young what funk is all about. And that's why I'm
So
here.
should we have a music class on that?
Yes.
We can develop, I can do a curriculum in a minute. So we can do a music class about the funk.
Yes.
We could do that.
Yes.
That would be something good.
That sounds like a great plan. Yeah.
Because when I was a teacher, and I talk about this all the time, I was like I wasn't like a teacher where I would follow the curriculum. Okay. I would always invent things, fun activities in the curriculum. I would teach a student the way the student could learn. Okay. Because everybody can't learn the same way. So I would sit down with my instructors and I said, well, this student, blah, blah, blah. And we would develop different little things to add into the curriculum so they would learn. And I was successful in doing that. And then I moved up the ladder, as you know, stay on a job a long time, and I became a principal. And then I had the leadway to go into the schools and develop like curriculums for, different curriculums to add. So that's a good thing. And when you say we should teach the funk, that's what we'll do.
Mm-hmm. Because right now, before the COVID, I was working in schools teaching the children how to love themselves through percussion. And I'm a percussionist now also.
That's right.
So I can tell a story about that.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, that's some, doing these interviews. I don't know about you guys out there, but I'm getting such great ideas. I'll be up all night trying to put these up.
Just write it down.
Just write them down. But
yes,
I want to thank you for joining Marcy Francis today on this great day, Saturday, March 5th, R&B Day. And we'll be hearing more from Marcy and all the things that she's doing. And I want you to stay tuned because there's more is to come. We're going to do that curriculum on teaching the funk, right, Marcy?
Yes.
Thank you.
Can I say one more thing?
Go ahead.
I'm also doing drumming circles along with my drummer, Jan Jeffries, who also is a member of Better Days. Okay. And just bringing in the love along with the drumming. And I play shakeré and gourds and teaching how to love yourself. And playing the bass is the funk for the whole world to come and touch. Nothing but love. Thank you.
Thanks for joining us this evening. Have a good day. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Peace.
Listen to the artists of today. Travel with them along.